So you want a new construction home in Austin, Texas, but without a 45-minute drive to downtown? I totally get it. In this video, I am going to show you the best options, new construction that are actually close to downtown, and give you an idea of what you can get for your money. So let's check out our options without that huge, crazy price tag. Hi, I'm Nicole Cooper, and I've been helping people buy and sell in Austin and the Central Texas Hill Country with the best strategies for over a decade. And today we're diving into one of the questions that I get most often. Where can I find new construction that's close to the city center without a $2 million price tag? So stick around, that's what we're gonna do today. Let's get started. So here's the deal in Austin. The reason that the prices are so high near the city center or downtown is because everything's already built out. There's very little land, vacant land left to build on. So generally speaking, we're talking a developer buys a tear down, demolishes it, and starts over. And that is one of the reasons that it is more expensive than, when you go 45 minutes out, because there's still plenty of land out there. Whereas in the city center, there's none left. So we're looking at urban infill options, some new styles of home that I'm going to teach you about in just a minute, but it is possible. And here are the best homes for the value in Austin, Texas right now. We're talking 3 bedrooms, brand new. Let's go into the map so I can show you where they are. Okay, so as we can see here on the map, I have 6 properties surrounding downtown Austin. Over here in Tarrytown, we have a $650,000 B unit. Down here in Zilker, we have a $995,000 B unit. Over here in East Austin, we have a $750,000 single family home. And then over here up in Windsor Park, kind of northeast, again, we have that option at $750,000 for a single family home. And then we come inside I-35, again, we have an option for a single family home, $850,000. And this one, as you can see here, it's going to be a little bit less expensive because of its proximity to I-35 and the railroad. And then finally, we have our option over here in Brentwood area that's a unit 2 for just under $800,000. So those are the properties we're going to cover today, and you can see the difference between the hotter areas of town, think 78704, the south side, the west side, and just north. You're going to have to get in one of those B units or the second unit on a single property to be under that $1 million mark. All right, for the sake of this video, we're going to start on the south side and do a clockwise turn around the city, and you can begin to understand what different price points fit in what area. So on the south side, that's the zip code 78704, and it is one of the most desirable zip codes in town, so this is going to be one of our higher price points. Here is the map. As we can see, it's showing us that it only takes 10 minutes to get to downtown. If we come over here and look at the property, this is one of the B units, one of the ones where there's 2 units on one lot, and this is the back unit. And remember today, these are all 3-bedroom comparisons. They will vary in square footage a little bit, but they are all 3 bedrooms, so we could compare apples to apples. So this one's 1562 square feet, listed just under $1 million at $995,000. Now, this one is, like I said, the B unit, so it's going to be the one in the back, but all of these have just such beautiful interiors. They're on modern trend. They have all the textures, all the new shiny objects. You're going to fall in love with the interior of most of these homes because by and large, the developers have done their research. They know what people want, and by and large, they're making it happen. So here's a view. Well, let me go back to this. This is a view of what you can see out your back deck. So it's nice. You're not right on top of that, but to the front, you can expect to be pretty close to your neighbor. So on these B units, you can see how close you are to your neighbor. So let's talk about the pros and cons of the B units. The pros are that you get more bang for your buck. You're going to get a bigger house closer to town. Why? Because the con is you have to share your privacy. Many times you're sharing a driveway, as you can see in this picture here. So people are going to be driving by or walking by your kitchen window maybe, or a living room window to get to their house. So you're just giving up some privacy. The other cons are generally you're going to have this modern design, everything's on trend, and it's going to have a better location. You're going to get closer to town with a bigger property if you're willing to share your privacy for those A, B, or 1-2 units. The other cons is, you're sharing the land. You own the building, but you own a percentage of the total for the rest of the property. So when big decisions need to get made, you're going to have to share that with the other property owner, generally speaking. Sometimes these condo regimes go away over time, but for the most part, you are sharing the land, so you have to make joint decisions, and sometimes that's not fun. And lastly, sometimes there's stricter lending requirements on these condo regimes when there's more than one unit on a lot. So when you're choosing between this A-B style 2 units on one lot or a single family home, you just need to figure out, is proximity and a larger home more important to you, or do you really need your space? Do you have big dogs? You want a bigger yard? And go out maybe to a different section of town. And we're going to see that as we go around the dial today. You can see which ones where you get more bang for your buck. So as we go around the horn today in the clockwise direction, you're going to see where you get more value. This southern one, the 78704, which is Bowling Creek, Travis Heights, and Zilker, as well as the west side, you're not going to get as much for your money as you do in the other side. So stay tuned so you can see which is the best value. Now that you know everything there is to know about the differences between the AB unit and the single family home, let's carry on to our next property. As we go around the horn, this one is on the west side in the Deep Eddy neighborhood to be exact. General view kind of call it Tarrytown, but look at this one. It's just straight across town to get to downtown. I'm using the same point or reference today. It says 11 minutes, but basically once you get to the east side of this Mopac right here, you're already in shopping and downtown activities. So here's this one. It's a 3-bedroom, as you can see here, but it's a lot smaller at 1,100 square feet. It has a smaller price tag to show that at $649,000. So this is going to be another rear unit, but here's the inside. You can see everything's new, but it's a little tighter in this one. At being only 1,100 square feet, you have to kind of squeeze things in there a little bit more. The bathrooms, the bedrooms, all the room sizes are going to be smaller on this 1,100 square foot one. But you have the opportunity to be in a walkable neighborhood for under $1 million in downtown. Carrying on, we're going now. We've started down south, we went west, now we're heading straight north, and this one's 15 minutes from town, also a great location. In addition to being 15 minutes to downtown, this location is also located on this Burnett Road corridor. Lots of shopping and activities and restaurant there too, so you don't even have to come to downtown to experience good food and things to do. So this one here, it's the back unit as well, 1,536 square feet, listed for $798,500. This one being a little bit larger, the kitchen's a little bit bigger than the last one, as you might expect. Living room's a little bit bigger. Everything has a little bit more space when we put 3 bedrooms into 1,600 square feet instead of 1,100 square feet. So here are all the modern finish outs, good trends, and this is a pretty nice size yard for a B unit. Got even the covered patio for you. So quite a few things are going in your favor for this B unit, and just keep in mind you will have that A unit right in front of you, so you're giving up a lot of your privacy for a new construction modern home. And you can see here through the windows how close the front unit is. Okay, so we came from over here on the Burnett Road area. We're coming further east, and this is the one I mentioned in the beginning, how it's kind of between the railroad and I-35. You're probably going to have some pretty loud noise over here from the interstate, so keep that in mind. It's only 10 minutes to downtown, but you're getting a little bit better bang for your buck because the hyper location isn't so great being right next to I-35. But nonetheless, here are our stats. Look how many square feet you get. 2,283 square feet for $849,900. Now that is value within 10 minutes to downtown. You just have to be able to handle a little bit of noise. So let's check out this design here. They're using some exterior materials on the interior and really making it have that industrial, more masculine effect. But look at all this yard space. Much more privacy here. You don't get the garage, but you do have some off-street parking. And compared to the B units, not only is this a bigger home, but you get a huge yard outside if that's something that you're looking for. If you need a little bit more privacy, maybe you give up some hyper location like quiet. This one's not going to be quiet. I'm sure it is inside the house, but if you like to have outside parties, you're going to hear I-35 from there. However, over 2,200 square feet, 10 minutes from downtown, great value. Covered back patio with a fan, plenty of yard space in the front and the back. We're carrying on over to the east side. This one's close, think the Mueller area. It's not exactly in the Mueller neighborhood, but you'd be using that neighborhood a lot. Only 13 minutes to downtown from this one is a single family home, but it's on a tiny, tiny lot, less than 1/10 of an acre if we look here. So it's almost like having a B unit. Nonetheless, 3 bedrooms were at 1,546 square feet for $750,000. Beautiful finish outs on the inside as we expect from all these new constructions. And you can see here how close you are to your neighbor through the window there because of that small 1/10 of an acre or less than 1/10 of an acre lot. But you don't have any shared walls, you don't have any shared driveway. So this may be kind of a compromise between the traditional B unit and the full single family home where you have all that yard and you have to pay that extra money for all of that. And lastly, we're going straight east. East, if you didn't guess by now, it is the best value in town with downtown proximity. It just is. It's the last one to be kind of gentrified. It's the last one to be developed from the beginning. And why? Well, the land's just not as pretty over there. Pretty flat on the east side. We do have issues with foundation movement on the east side because the east side has a lot of clay in the soil. So what happens with clay in our extreme conditions in Texas, we either have flash flooding, a lot of rain at once, or we have long periods of drought. And clay contracts and expands with these weather conditions, and it wreaks havoc on foundations. So when you live on the east side, when you have foundation problems, not if. Now look, I've bought a few houses on the east side with foundation repair. It didn't stop me. It's not a deal breaker, but it is extra due diligence, and you need to make sure you know what you're getting into before you sign the dotted line. So let's check out this one on the east side. It is a full house by itself, no B unit. We've got 1,605 square feet, $749,000. Best value of the day for a full property that's all yours. Look at this, 0.1633 acres, nice size lot. And of course, we have all of our new construction, new modern trends on the inside. It's just gorgeous. Look how they've used this texture with wood on the walls. That's the new thing, combining textures with metal, glass, wood, and even wallpaper now. Textured wallpaper, that is. So you've got a nice size kitchen here, some open cabinetry, and then you're going to have your 3 bedrooms like we've had in all of them all day. And this is a nice large primary bathroom. Got a second floor balcony. Here's the floor plan, and once again I want to just show you that front view of the lot. So you have all this fenced in area. This over here is the parking off street, but you have all this fenced in area to the front, so you have plenty of room for the dogs to run, kids to play, etc. So now you know what to expect when you want new construction as close to downtown as possible. Do you want to give up a little privacy and have a little bit more room in the house and have one of those AB units? Or do you need your own space and want all of that yard to yourself? Maybe you head out east. There are lots of options and styles near the downtown city center, so you just have to figure out what's most important to you. Which one resonates with you the most? Do you want to be closer, give up some of that yard space, or do you need it all for yourself? Comment below, I would love to know. And hey, if you want a list of homes that fits your budget and timeline, drop a line below, drop something in the comment, contact me anytime by email, text, phone, and we can always set up a Zoom call. I've helped dozens of people navigate this exact new construction market, and I would love to help you do the same. And hey, if you know someone else this video would help, share it with them. I'd really appreciate it. We send up new content all the time about new communities, new styles of homes, so whenever you're ready to make a move, we are always available to help you find the perfect home that matches your lifestyle. So until next time, be kind to yourself and others, and I can't wait to see you around town.